Can we profit $500 a hand? Apparently, winning modestly is not enough for some of you. Let's see if we can win 500 a hand. What is up, everybody? DiceDegen here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. Got a comment on the YouTubes, man, and we're going to talk about it today. All right, I'm going to put the comment up so you can see it. Not making this up. I just blurred the name out. But someone said people want to profit $500 a hand, not $3. I'd rather play slots than make $40 an hour. So apparently, all we're looking for on the casino and on the craps table specifically, we're trying to make 500 a hand. So we're going to try to make $500 a hand. And do I recommend playing this way? Absolutely not. Is this fiscally responsible? Absolutely not. But you want the get rich quick scheme. If we could make $500 a hand playing craps, nobody would have a day job. Nobody would be working. All right. So what the hell are we going to do today? Well, we're either going to make $500 a hand or we're going to fall flat on our face trying. I think the latter is going to happen, but see what the dice do. All right. The way I'm going to do it is play the ATS, right? You're going to need bonus bets in order to make $500 a hand, likely anyway. So we're going to play the ATS. We're going to play pass line max odds, and we're basically going to go 160 across with the exception of the point. Should you go higher if you're trying to make $500 a hand? Probably. More like probably 640 across or something even higher than that. But we're only going to buy in for $2,000. If you're trying to make 500 a hand, you probably need to buy in for at least 5 figures. But hey, who am I? I'm just some guy who tells you supposedly what to do on the craps table. So anyway, quarter on the line. 555 on the ATS. I'm just going to put it there since the ATS is out of range of the camera for the time being. And let's see if we can make $500 a hand. Let's see if this works. Here we go. Coming out looking for a point. And we got a 6-2, easy 8. 6-2. All right, that'll be our point. 6-2-8. Be great if I was typing on the right screen here. 6-2, easy 8. There we go. Let's mark it up. Okay. We're going to go basically 160 across, not including the point, because we're going to take max odds on the point. And if you're going to try to make this work, we're going to need to hit some points because that's where we're really getting paid, right? Again, you could go like 640 level across, probably your better bet trying to do this, but hey, let's see what happens, shall we? 549, center field. All right, it's going to pay 35. Going to go straight to 60. And for anyone who is wondering, if we do hit the ATS, using the good payout, because that's what my table has, it's 175 for the full and 35 for each of the sides. I know some casinos don't have that. My local does, so that's why my table has it. So that's how I'm paying it. 6-5 yo. 6 and a 5. 5-3-8 frontline winner on the 8. We shall see if Randy is going to be nice to us today. Forgot the there's the 6-5. All right, so and then the 5-3. So it's going to pay us 25 flat, 150 in the back. All right, we'll take this back to the rack. And we are coming out looking for a new point. 426, lumber number. Okay, we'll mark up the 6. We're just going to shift this over, and we need 125 in odds again. And the reason I'm playing 5x odds is because that's standard, again, local. Some tables are 3, 4, 5, just depends. I'm playing 5x because I can. 4-1-5. All right, 4-1. Again, it's going to pay us 35. We're going to go straight to 60 because it's a proper bet. Here we go. 6-4-10. Now we'll pay the VIG on the wins, even though on the East Coast you don't pay the VIG on the win, you pay the VIG up front. I'm going to pay it on the win. All right, it's going to pay 50 for $1. You need 4 change. 3, 4. And we're going to bump that all the way up. Why? Well, because we have to be aggressive in order to try to make $500 a shooter. And there's another yo. Doesn't help us, does not hurt us either. $6-2, easy 8. All right, it's going to pay us 35, right? Up to 60. 5 back to the rack. 6, 4, 10. Now we're getting somewhere. 6, 4, 10. All right, 75 is going to pay us 150, right? And it's going to cost us $3 for the VIG. Okay, $3 out. Now, if you want to take a look, right? We made 150 off that hit. There's another 50 out there, another 35, another 35, another 30. Plus, we did hit the pass line. Technically speaking, you'd be close to making your $500 on this shooter. However, I know that if you're trying to make $500 on a shooter, you don't have any concept of what the hell's out here. I already know that because you told me enough by asking to make $500 per shooter. Anyway, here's a 516, which would get us over the $500. So the question I have for you, folks, is do you turn your bets off now? But unfortunately, I know the answer to that, and the answer is no. So we're going to keep going here. All right. Turn the puck off. Take this back to the rack. Shooter number 1, doing well. Doing well. And we got a 3-1-4. My camera went sayonara. Where are you? There it is. She's back. All right. There's the 3-1-4. You can see it. I didn't touch anything. So there it is. It's a come out roll anyway. That's our point. Let's get that entered. All right. So we'll mark up the 4. We'll move this over. We'll drop a nickel behind. All right. Because 4 is our point and we need the 6. And then we're going to go max odds. So 5x odds. There it is. Here we go. There's a hard 10. Hard 10. All right, so shooter number 1 has definitely made us over $500. Why? Well, because we've been aggressive on the pressing. So you leave yourself in a situation here. It's going to cost you $150 for $3. So I'm going to drop a nickel out and take 2 change. All right. Do we want to regress down? That's the question you have, right? Do you want to regress down? If you want to make 500 a shooter, personally, I would. So we racked on the last one, which does technically mean since we made the 150 that everything out there, we started with a little bit less than 150 because of the pass line and we've hit that. We are paid for now, right? So, but if you want to secure your 500 a shooter, you could regress. However, we're not going to do that. We're going to go to 100. We're going to go to 100. Here we go. See what happens. 3-1-4, frontline winner on the 4. We have caught ourselves a hot shooter. Of course, because I said this was stupid, not going to work. The dice told me, DiceDegen, you are stupid. It is going to work. All right, 125 is going to pay 250 in the back. All right, rack-a-lack all this. Now, if you were smart, you would take this roll, you'd say thank you very much, and you would go home. But again, most people aren't going to do that. There's an AC deuce, 3 craps, okay, which takes our pass line. Could you have a crap check out there? Absolutely. For the sake of this, no, we don't. We're going to replace the pass line. Leaves us with the bookends. There's a yo. So the dice give and the dice take right back. Or they take and they give right back. Whatever. It's going to pay us a quarter. Right? If you want to press it up, you can. Oops, sorry. I forgot to enter the ace deuce. 2-1. Then a 6-5. There we go. All right. Could stack that up. We'll just rack it since we lost in the last one. 4-1-5. All right. Tis our point. 4-1. Okay. Turn the puck on the 4. We'll move 50 over to turn the puck on the 5. We'll move 50 over to the 4. And we need 1 We'll go 120 behind. You could go a little bit higher, but we'll keep it 120 just to make it proper. All right, here we go. 426. Okay. That bet's still at 30, so we're gonna have to press it. And yes, this is a dream roll happening for most people right now. So see what happens. 6-2, easy 8. We pressed on the last one. We haven't collected on the 8 yet, so we'll collect on the 8 now. All right, 60 is going to pay 70. Okay, again, if you wanted, you could pull everything down. That would probably be the smart move. There's a hard 8. 4-4. All right, so it's going to pay us another 70. I'm going to do 75 for 5. Okay, now, if it's me, this is going up to 120 or 150. So we'll bump it to 120. Okay, rack the rest. You could go up to 90. Up to you how you want to press. I like to full press collect myself. There's another 628. So I look like a genius right now. But again, we're on a great roll, right? We're on a great roll. 120 is going to pay 140. All right, that's a collector for us. Now, if you look, right, we started with 2,000. Okay, there's 2,000 right here. Here's 500 right here. So this is what we have in profit over the 500, not to mention everything we have out there, right? There's $145 on the line, which you can't pull the pass line, but you can pull your odds down. There's 100 on the 10, 120 on the 8. The 6, 9, and 4 are all at the $50 level, $60 on the 6 and 8. You got a lot of money out there. And why was I saying that? Because this number is going to come eventually. Obviously, we didn't want to see it there, but it happens, right? It happens, of course. We were the 2 and the 12 away from the ATS. I said you would need ATS hits in order to make this work. Obviously, these rolls were good, but let's see how much we had out there. Okay, let's take a gander how much we had out there. We did make our 500 on that shooter, though. Do I expect this to continue? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. All right, there's 475, 500, 525, 550 out there. So your whole 500 per shooter, you could have made 2 shooters worth there. But again, didn't regress because again, I'm telling you, if you're looking for 500, you're not going to regress. Same setup, quarter on the line, 15 on the ATS across, 6, 4, 10 is our point. All right, let's mark up the 10. Max odds behind, so 125 behind. Same thing, we'll go 160-ish across. Again, it's 160-ish because we're not including the point. Six, 2, 8. All right, it's going to pay us 35. Goes to 60. Back to the rack. Six, 5 yell. Doesn't do anything for us other than help us with the ATS. There's another 8, 5, and a 3. So we pressed on the last one, so we'll collect on this one. Right? 75 for 5. 75 for 5. That gets racked. Here we go. Aces, we needed that last time. Maybe we'll need it this time. Seems like Randy is in a fantastic mood today. 5, 3, 8 again. 5, 3, 8. They're hot. All right, 70. Right? As you guys know, full press collect. You can go up. I'm going to go to 120. That's how I like to press. If you want to do something different, you can. And there's the 617. All right. 6 and a 1. So on that one, right, all we brought back was the one hit on the 8. Everything else is going to come down. So that shooter cost us some money. And again, realistically, if you're doing something like this, you should be able to regress and then hope to be able to press up. You shouldn't be just swinging for the fences all the time, because when you swing for the fences, you're probably going to strike out, just as an FYI for you. But hey, what do I know? All right, quarter on the line, 5-5-5 up top, 5-3-8. That's our point. We'll mark up the 8. All right, here we go. Shooter number 3. Again, we should be up over $1,000 right now, right? You're trying to make 500 a hand. You're not up 1,000. I can tell you that. Oh no. Oh no. See, that's why I said good roll like that, you should leave. Not because I'm saying it because I want you not to have fun, but I've played this game long enough to know what's going to happen. All right, here we go. Pull it all down. That was quick. That was painful. Let's see. We were doing really well. Now we might not even end with a profit, depending how long this goes. Again, you should have stopped. Should have stopped. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, though. Here we go. 5-2-7 on the come out. What that's going to do is net us $10 because we have the ATS up there. So quarter on the line minus the 15, net 10. 6-4-10. All right, we'll mark up the 10. Okay. 125 in odds. Again, we're going to come down here. Basically 160 across. And here we go. Ace deuce does nada for us. There's 6-4-10. Front line winner. Again, you're looking for point hits here because that's what's going to get you paid nicely. You're going to win quarter up front, 250 in the back, and we'll turn the puck off and we'll rack this up. Okay. Coming out, looking for a new point. And we got a hard 10, so we're just going to remark the 10. Good thing I left the puck where it was, but I'm going to have to swing it back to me anyway to flip it over. Okay, again, 125 behind. Here we go. Right back, 6-4-10. Randy loves the 10 right now. And the table, if you're playing the 10, would be loving him just as much. All right, quarter, 250. Okay, there is your $500 on this shooter, right? If you pulled everything down, you'd have your 500 because you've hit your odds twice now to pay you enough. Are we going to do that? As I said before, no. 5-3-8, that's our point. Okay, we'll turn this on. We've hit the 10 so many times, we should probably jack that up, but we'll just keep it where it is. 125 behind the 8, and let's run. 3-2-5. Okay, 35. Up to 60. Here we go. 6-4-10. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's why people say a 4-10 flip's impossible. Miss me with that. All right, 50 for 1, right? We'll go up to 75. Again, you have made your 500 on this shooter if you pull everything down, but There's a 549. Really did not expect this to go this well. Obviously, the rolls are treating us well, um, but you could just as easily have some real shitty rolls, and this is going to make you fall flat on your face, and you're going to look like an idiot. But hey, it's working, so we'll keep it going. 314. 314. It's going to pay 50 for $1 again. All right, we'll go up to 75. Here we go. Yo, 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 yo. Does nothing for us other than give us almost a tall. We need 12 up top, 2 and 6 on the bottom. There's another 9. Another 9. Okay, so 60 is going to pay 84. Can pay the full 84, so I have some singles here. Okay, that's a collect on this one. So we'll just rack-a-lack all of this. Here we go. And there's the 437. So again, that shooter did pretty well for us, but it could have just as easily been bad. I don't want you to think these rolls happen like this all the time, because they sincerely do not, right? They really do not. So don't think they do. Randy's having a good day today, apparently. Randy said, I want to give you some good rolls, Mr. DiceDegen. I want to give you some good rolls. All right. Well, that's what, 4 shooters? 4 shooters worth. Theoretically, we should have doubled up. I can tell you we didn't double up. Obviously, we had some really good rolls. It's going to make us win a decent amount of money here. But imagine it didn't go that well. And I'm sure plenty of you can attest to this in the comments that these rolls were good, and it doesn't always happen like that. There's 2,000. That's your initial buy-in, so the rest of this is profit. There's 100. Here's another 500. Okay. You're up 600, 625, 650, 675 exactly profit. Again, this went much better than it probably should have, much better than you should expect it to go. But making $500 per hand is absurd. Don't ever expect that. If you do expect that, I have a phone number in the description that you should call. But 675 profit, that's not bad. And we didn't hit a single side of the ATS or anything. We just had some good rolls. So let me know how you would try to make $500 a hand if you had Monopoly money to just throw around. And don't forget, I love you all. You all have a little DiceDegen in you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.